Let's check in with Rusty right now in the Weather Center to get the latest on the radar as storms continue to develop right now.
Yes, we are on severe weather alert. In fact, we do have one severe weather warning, severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Aiken County. We'll zoom into that for a little bit, but you can see pretty much throughout this afternoon, things have been developing pretty much iron range through the Arrowhead, and it is shifting farther to the south. But let's focus on the warning that we have right now. This is until 6:15 p.m. Aiken is just now seeing some of that high wind, potential for hail up to an inch in diameter as well. Those wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. This is only moving at 20 miles per hour, so it is going to dump a lot of rain. We've had reports, especially up here in the Arrowhead, of an inch plus, along with some of that tree damage, hail as well. So these storms are moving a little bit faster, 30 to 40 miles per hour, but just persistently falling in the same spot. So that is going to be a concern as well. Severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for pretty much most of the Northland, minus Kuching, Gogebic, Octonagon counties until 11 o'clock this evening. And it's looking likely it's going to stay that way for at least the next couple of hours. Reason we're getting all these storms, the hot weather. Fourth day in a row of upper 80s, maybe a 90 or 2 here or there, just a few degrees cooler than the holiday weekend, but still plenty of heat and plenty of moisture as well as those dew points. Mid to upper 60s, 70-degree readings in several spots. So yes, the ingredients are there for that strong to severe thunderstorm threat. All this associated with these fronts, low pressure system that is going to be making its way from west to east. The storm development is going to finally make its way into northwest Wisconsin and the UP in the next couple of hours. So everyone's going to be dealing with the storms, the threat of severe weather at least through 11 o'clock tonight. And those temperatures will finally cool down to the 50s and 60s. And yes, that does mean a little more chance there, but the temperature is not really going to be changing a lot. It's going to be good news as well for the fire danger. It's been high through the past couple of days. We'll detail all this weather in more details later on in the newscast.
All right.
I don't think there were any big fireworks displays for the Labor Day holiday weekend in the Northland. Mother Nature is providing it for us this evening and overnight, and then eventually we're going to get back to fall. It is finally going to be time for those cooler temperatures. But let's get back to the radar here. So here we go. Our one severe thunderstorm warning is for parts of southwest, south central, west central Aiken County here. Just going over Aiken right now. Winds up to 60 miles per hour. Hail of an inch in diameter. It's not moving very fast, so it is going to be one of those wet, heavy downpours. This is what we have currently across the region the past few hours. Pretty much locations north of Highway 2 have been seeing the development. We're starting to see that development now extend down to our far western counties. And I want to zoom in here into the Twin Ports region because, yes, we are starting to see what we call an outflow boundary. This is what the cold air that comes out of these thunderstorms, it pushes out and basically forces the warm, moist air in front of it to rise, creates the clouds, creates the thunderstorms. So yes, starting to see things pop up across the region. So it's moving down to the south. We're going to eventually see it cross all the area here. So again, severe thunderstorm watch for most of the Northland, minus Kuching, Gogebic, Octonagon counties until 11 o'clock this evening. Those temperatures have been cooling where it has been raining. You see the upper 60s, low 70s, 67 Hibbing, 70 Grand Rapids and Big Fork. Where it hasn't rained yet, Hinckley, Siren, Hayward, Ashland, still in the mid to upper 80s across the area. So again, low pressure system and a couple fronts are making the disturbances that we're seeing at this moment. The load's going to make its way pretty much right over Lake Superior. So we're going to continue to see those showers and thunderstorms across the region here over the next couple of hours here. Really going to be watching for some more development and strengthening, especially in the northwest Wisconsin side. So Hayward, Ashland, Hurley, Ironwood, you're going to see it in the next couple of hours. After that, we're going to start to get to the wraparound low section side, which means, yeah, it's still maybe a thunderstorm, but more scattered showers. That will continue as we go into your Wednesday morning. By the afternoon, everything starts to move on out. And yes, lake effect rain showers possible Wednesday night along the south shore. There's enough difference in temperature between the lake and the air to keep things misty, to say the least. As for the severe weather threat tonight, we're going to keep it going through the evening. And again, large hail, 1.5 inches, winds up to 70 miles per hour, looking to be the risk for any of the additional storms that form. As for rainfall totals, should be impressive. Over an inch so far in a couple of those areas that have seen it, maybe up to 2 inches in some spots, but a good soaking. We definitely need it. The temperatures are the big change, though. As the winds shift off to the north, we're going to cool on down to the 50s, low 60s for your lows tonight, and we're going to stay that way for your highs tomorrow. So very much fall-like across the region here, and we're going to keep it going over the next week. Yes, bye-bye 80s and 90s, hello 60s and 70s for your highs across the region. Good news is, once we get past Wednesday, we're going to dry on out, have a nice couple of days of drier weather before our next chance of rain by the end of the weekend. And it was early on when that storm lines were starting to form that we got the severe weather here. So there's the Iron Range, the Arrowhead also seeing some of those strong winds as well. A little bit of hail as well in Aiken County. Again, McGregor with a report of baseball-size hail. But after that, all this basically became a rain event and pretty significant rainfall totals, especially once you get to the Twin Ports and parts of northwest Wisconsin. 2.5 to 4 inches falling in just a couple hours' time. A lot of locations getting closer to an inch, inch and a half. Meanwhile, the temperatures, well, these upper 60s, mid 60s as well, that happened pretty much right after midnight. We have cooled throughout the day, and yes, now we are seeing more 50s north of Highway 2 and just trying to stay in the low 60s down in northwest Wisconsin and the I-35 corridor. We have been seeing a few sprinkles after some morning showers as well. Concentration is going to be along the south shore as we go through the evening and overnight hours. Low pressure system slowly making its way across the Great Lakes. The highs eventually going to win out, and yes, we're finally going to get some sunshine in the region, but not tonight, folks. Tonight's going to be a cool night into the 40s with more cloud cover. Tomorrow, though, we'll see more sun. Skies will be clearing, but the fall-like temperatures persist. I'll have more on your forecast into the weekend later on in the newscast.
And by the way,
so you see, being a meteorologist, I talk about the 4 seasons instead of the holiday seasons. But, you know, I just like them all. I don't really have any favorite one.
Oh, come
but
on.
Fall. I do like fall, and especially now that we have those temperatures around, I'm a big fan of it. I love the feel of that crispness in the air, and I also like seeing this. 2 3/4 of an inch of rain falling officially at the airport in Duluth. So yes, it has been a long time since we have seen this in the Northland. And to put it simply, that's more rain than we've seen in July and August separately. Together, it's about maybe 90%. So yeah, it's been dry. It's been very nice to see that much rain fall in the area. 62 degrees at our studios, dew point of 56, and just under 1/10 of an inch from the residual rainfall that we saw from this low pressure system. Hovering around the 60-degree mark here in the Twin Ports. The warm spot is Sky Harbor at 63. The cool spots, the airport and Thompson Hill at 58. Across the region, cooler in the Arrowhead, 54 Ely, 52 Grand Marais. We've got that 59 in Ashland. The warm spots are Hinckley, Siren, and Hayward at 61 degrees. Still getting that wind from the north and a little bit off the lake as well, about 5 to 12 miles per hour, 5 to 13. They are dying down as we go through your evening hours, as they typically do. Low pressure system that gave us yesterday's wonderful severe weather and heavy rain is continuing to move off to the east. We've got some high pressure systems pretty much in the center of the country, both in the U.S. and Canada, that are going to start to clear away that cloud cover. It's going to take a little time, though, and I do want to give you a heads up along the south shore. There is the potential for lake effect rain showers. Not snow, rain showers, but the temperature difference can happen. You get whatever precipitation comes and warm enough for rain. Again, light, widely scattered. For the rest of us, cloud cover tonight. We're going to clear out those clouds as we go through your daytime hours Thursday. Lows tonight, I think there's overselling it a little bit here. I think it's probably going to be 40s for most of us, maybe a few low 50s. We'll warm things up as we get a little bit more sunshine in the afternoon, looking to be the lower half of the 60s. The winds as well, they're going to be dying down as we go throughout your Wednesday night and Thursday, but still a little choppy along the Lake Superior shoreline, so we still have those small craft advisories for a good chunk of the area. So if you do plan on going boating, especially on the Apostle Islands, you're going to want to be a little bit more hesitant with some of those waves. Otherwise, keep the warm thoughts going as we're going to keep the temperatures in the lower half of the 60s. We're going to stay dry for your Friday, looking like plenty of sunshine to end the work week, but we are going to be keeping an eye for the weekend. Saturday starts off dry, but by the evening and overnight, we could see some showers make their way through. We'll keep an eye on the low pressure system as it seems to be making a little bit more of a trek across the Great Lakes into your Monday. Meanwhile, those temperatures staying on the fall side, 60s for your highs.